Solution-focused brief therapy. Corey describes it as it emphasizes the strength and the resilience of the people by focusing on the exceptions to their problems and the conceptualized solution. It is a future-oriented approach based on the assumption that the clients have the ability to change quickly and to create a problem-free language as they strive for a new reality. Now, one of the key words here is they, that they have to strive for a new reality. Here in Jason's case, the 8th grader who's a Hispanic student, I'm taking regular classes in this math class, who is struggling to turn in work, who is struggling to make good grades. I believe that he has to strive for a new reality. So solution or the SFBT, focus on not what's known or what has caused the problem, but for a solution. That there is no relationship between the problem and the solution. So Jason, even though his problem is identified here, there is a solution out there for him, and those solution is not based on what the problem may be or what the issues that he's causing. For Jason, I would ask these questions to first begin solution-focused brief therapy. I would like to discuss what is working for him. What things are beneficial to him in this school, in these regular other classes. He's struggling with math, but is he also taking history? Is he also taking science? And how is he doing in these science classes? Why is he not acting out in all of these other classes? It only identifies that he's struggling in his math class. Based off what the solution says, math class seems to be his only issue. I would like to know how and what he's doing in his other classes. To really find a solution, I think we have to look at the broad board of what he is dealing with, and even in his other classes. And so my first response would be, could it be that the students, his peers sitting around him, are causing him to be disruptive? Could it be that he's an Hispanic student that just do not get the math? For example, 8th graders are taking pre-algebra. Pre-algebra may be over the top of his head if he's a true Hispanic student. And so those things I would like to ask. Is he again being distracted by his peers? Has he behaved correctly in other classes? If we can identify those things, then maybe we can better find a solution of why he acts the way he acts in math class. Now, I believe by asking him questions that he can answer, he can then identify better solutions. Could it be that there is a deeper problem in his disturbance? Because he's a Hispanic student, could it be that pre-algebra again class it's kind of challenging for him? We know that SFBT, that there are exceptions to every problem or times where the problem is absent. So we understand that in this situation, the real problem may be absent. It's not identified who's sitting beside him. It's not identified that he may not understand math. For a solution, what changes can be made? Can there be a difference or even a different interaction? What new goals can he reach for? And I think identifying these things, allowing him to identify these things, can really help him. As a therapist, the therapist believes that people have the ability to define meaningful personal goals. So I think for Jason, we need to create and allow him to create personal goals, personal meaningful goals, and allow him to work for that. I currently work as an academic college advisor at a local Christian school. And so one of the things that I have to deal with is students who are currently not passing. I also assist with basketball coach. So I have an instance where a kid named Riley, a student named Riley, he's a 9th grader, a very smart kid, and he's a wonderful athlete, but he's struggling in 3 classes and he's not passing. He's actually failing. And it has shocked me. And so using even this solution-focused therapy, I have been able to bring him into my office and say, hey, what's going on? Why are you failing? What things are happening? Is basketball a a priority that you need to lay off of because you're not passing. So simply scheduling an appointment can set a positive change. So I've been working with this kid Raleigh for several weeks now, and I have seen a change in his grades weekly, 2 or 3 times a week. I am meeting with him saying, hey, how are your grades doing? What do they look like? What tests do you have? Let's figure out what's going on. And he has not been able to play basketball. The next is asking exceptional questions, which directs clients to think about the problem that when it did not exist. And so I asked him questions in his previous path. He transferred 2 years ago into the school that I currently work at. And I asked him, how did you do in math? Because math is one of his struggles. He currently has a 64 in math. So I asked him, what did you do in middle school? What did you do in 5th grade? Now, again, the grades may be different, the schools may be different, but asking those questions, allowing him to think what could happen. And then the miracle question, SBFT, it says the miracle question is is a miracle, basically. What would happen if you woke up tomorrow and everything was different? How would you know it's different? And so for Jason, his situation here, asking him those questions, asking him exceptional questions, simply scheduling meetings with him to discuss where he's currently at and where he could potentially go. I believe those things will allow him in these counseling sessions to really break forth and to break free out of the negative systems that he's been operating in his math class. So I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving.